What's up, guys and gals, and welcome to Veve Vibes. And today is February 10th, on Thursday, 7:15 a.m. Pacific time. So the drop's going to be happening here in about 45 minutes. I always like doing this segment so you guys can at least have something to watch while the market is closed, maybe possibly make some moves in the meantime. I do feel a little bit better from last night, so I appreciate all of you guys giving me that. I found that tons of sleep as well as fluids will typically help me in most cases. So as you can see here, ecomi wiki is down, which is a bit unfortunate. They're doing some maintenance stuff, so I also appreciate Omi the Clown kind of lowering the demand on the computer to make ecomi wiki work. So what we're gonna do instead is just do this old school style. So I do have a handful of NFTs in mind that I do want to check out, that I do think have been making some movements. We'll go ahead and I'll start with the NFTs that I'm most familiar with, price action wise. We'll go ahead and take a look at Superman as well. He seems to have actually gone up a bit. I could have sworn he was at like 5.4, 5.5, 5.6, so maybe he's at least plateauing or maybe going down a tiny bit. He did get up to a little bit over 6K a few days ago, but as you can see now, he is plateauing here at about the 5.6 mark. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the different Spider-Mans. Ben Reilly, is he still below 500? That is insane. So below 500, I remember telling people to buy Ben Reilly when he was at 650, and he's going down even further than that. The squeeze continues. And as we go down a bit further, let's go ahead and check out, this is the one I typically recommend a lot, is the Spider-Man Rare. I always told people if it's below 1.3, you should grab it. Right now it's at 1.2, so possibly you can maybe even wait a bit longer. I think myself, as well as a lot of people in the community, are just waiting for that next big announcement. And once Veve does that next big character announcement or that big IP, whether it's Star Wars, whether it's X-Men, whatever it is, I think some people kind of then realize, okay, Veve's not going to make another big announcement after that one for a month or a few weeks. So people can kind of rest on their laurels a bit, or rest on the things that they're about to invest in. So Spider-Man 29 all the way down to 2.5. I did sell this one a while back. I did put it up as a video idea. I still have yet to look at that. I'll make a video here soon about that, probably later today, if not at the very least tomorrow. Zombie Hunters Spider-Man Common is another one I used to recommend. Below 200 now. I remember when I bought 9 of these when they were at 275, 280. I managed to sell 7 of them above 400, but now the crash is getting to the Spider-Mans pretty hard. So Mickey and Friends. Donald sitting pretty nicely at 850. He did kind of touch low 800s for a little bit. I would say like 810, 820, but it doesn't seem like people are gonna let Donald get below 800 anytime soon. Mickey below 700 right now. I did sell this. I did sell my Mickey card. I believe I sold it for 790 some time ago. So now Mickey's below 700. So it's only a matter of time. And no IP is immune to dips, right? Even if you look at some of the golden moments, they've dipped. Some of them dipped down, but they've managed to get back up and plateau. So because I think of the way the current market is set up, they're not continually going up or steadily going up. They've actually started to plateau. Some have actually been able to steadily go up during this massive gem squeeze. Pluto, a pretty big sell wall at 1,000. We have someone here selling it for 1,005. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at Goofy at 3.4. And as well as Daisy at 525. She's sitting there at the lowest price of all the lenticular cards at 525, but not that much further below Daisy. What other ones do we want to look at? Let's go ahead and take a look at the villains over at the Marvel Mighties. So Dr. Doom, I still think is probably going to be one of the best supervillains on the platform. I know I said Green Goblin has like lower mints and stuff. I do think Green Goblin will nestle itself between, at least popularity wise and probably price wise, between Dr. Doom and Red Skull. So it'll probably be like the number 2 supervillain. So right now, Dr. Doom just shy of 1.2K, a lot of 1.1s showing up right here. Green Goblin at 687. Gosh, I remember buying him at 887. So even I can't time the market perfectly, guys. Like, it's just sometimes this gem squeeze stuff just surprises you. Ghost Spider really quick. I know she's not a villain, but we're gonna check her out really quick. Low 100s could be a decent little entry point. I don't think people are gonna let her go below 100 anytime. And then of course we got Red Skull looking at 781 right now, which I think he is down. I remember his all-time high, I believe, was like 950 or 1,000 or something like that. So he is obviously down pretty significantly. What else do we want to check out? Kind of want to check out Ghostbusters really quick. just for the heck of it. Gosh, I remember, weren't these like in the 800, maybe like even 1,000 range? Maybe their all-time high was probably around there. Definitely not anymore. A pretty big sell wall at about like 440, and then it jumps up to 490, as you guys can see there. I also made the screen a bit bigger, so maybe the bottom quarter of my screen is not showing, but I want to make it big enough so you guys can actually see if you guys are on your phones as well. Ecto 1, this is a vehicle I used to recommend. Maybe not so much anymore, but it could be a good flipping opportunity. But as you can see, there's some pretty big jumps on the market. It goes 780, 80, 83, 85, and then it jumps up. So it's actually got has a little bit of room to move, but right now the market is just completely bearish. Not a lot of people are buying right now in general. So if you're going for quick flips, I think right now is probably one of the worst time for any kind of like quick flip moves, in my opinion, unless it's new. If something is new, that's a perfect opportunity for quick flips. Right now, a lot of prices have been settling and just doing pretty much nothing but down and trending to the right. So let's go ahead and look at the golden moments. I think this is something that a lot of people have their eyes on. So a few days ago, my friend actually purchased a golden moment C3PO for 4.4. I believe this went down to even like 4.1 for a brief period of time, but now it's back up to 4.3, so it hasn't really gone anywhere much. And that's something I noticed about golden moments. They tend to just fluctuate in that same 10%. They go up 10%, they go down 10%, or up 5, down 4, up 3, down 2. Like, they seem to not really deviate too much, and that's really, really impressive considering how bearish this market is right now. Let's go ahead and look at Elsa. We have seen a small increase, a small movement with Elsa and Iron Man. I think with all the talks between me and other content creators talking about the golden moments and probably putting a little bit more emphasis on Elsa and Iron Man, both of these have actually gone up. Iron Man was 2.4, I think 2 or 3 days ago. Elsa was about 3.4, 2 or 3 days ago as well. So they've already moved up about 300 gems. Homer at 1.9. So he seems to be a bit steady right there. I think he's been going plus or minus. He's been kind of going a lot between 1,800 and 2,000, maybe a little bit above 2,000 at times, but again, just kind of nestling himself between those two. Mickey Sorcerer's Hat 4.7. Gosh, I remember when this thing was at like 5K. I will say Sorcerer's Hat's probably been the most affected by the gem squeeze, it seems. It seems like a lot of people haven't really put a lot of thought into it. I do know some people that are very knowledgeable about just like the Disney industry and just kind of like the characters and like how much the community likes certain characters. And Mickey Hat's definitely up there. I remember for a while I used to think Mickey Hat was the number 2 golden moment, but now it's kind of receded back down to like the 4 or 5 spot. But I do think a day will come where it could get back up to like the number 3 spot potentially, maybe even the number 4 spot. But right now it's at like number 5 or 6 right now. So we'll take a quick look at Parter's statue, 45,000. Basically 46,000. So there is that. Pizza Planet truck, 1.8K as well. So that one's been doing kind of the same thing as Homer, just kind of fluctuating, I feel like. Probably maybe not up to 2K. I think it's gone up to 2K a couple times, but it has fluctuated down to like 1.7, maybe even 1.6. R2D2 not slowing down. It did go down. I believe there was a point where it's at like 7.7, but people are not going to let this NFT go very easily. So I do think R2D2, my most recent golden moments tier list, they did, or I said that I put R2D2 as a grail right next to Walt, because it's, the FA Star Wars is an absolutely massive and dedicated community, so there is that. Skateboard, in my opinion, is still probably, unfortunately the weakest NFT in the golden moments. It's still a golden moment, which makes it amazing. It's kind of like saying I'm only a low millionaire and not a multi-millionaire. It's still a good thing to have. So skateboard is still very good. It's nestling at 1.5K. And of course, Wally making a little bit of moves too. I think he was at 1.3, like high 1.3, 1.4. Now he finally broke that 1.5K mark. Look at our little guy making it. I still think he's S tier. I don't know what you guys say. So let's see where we're at here. We're at 9 minutes. We'll go and take a look at a couple more things. We'll look at the Deadpools. Common Deadpool. Man, at 130, 132. That's pretty crazy. The uncommons are probably pretty low. Yeah, they're at 90 right now. Not too bad. For the common Deadpools, let's see where the rare is at. So people have actually put a little bit more value on the rare over the common, because it seems for quite a while the Deadpool common as well as the rare were pretty much the same price, and uncommon was always probably 2/3 of the price roughly of those two as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the ultra rare. below 500, which is kind of a crazy thought, and the secret rare at 2.2. I know a lot of people ask me, hey, should I sell my secret rare Deadpool for this golden moment or that golden moment? And if you compare it up with something else, it's not a terrible move, to be honest. I do think secret rare Deadpool still has a ton of room to grow. I think it went up to like 4K at one point, maybe 4.5 not too long ago. So if you have a Deadpool and you're thinking about selling it, you know, think about it, but at the same time, even if you do keep it or hodl it, it still has a ton of room to grow. And again, it is the secret rare version of FA Deadpool at the end of the day. Quick look at Todd. 10.4, wow. So it's actually really getting down there. I remember Todd has been struggling a lot, most recently in the low 10s. Occasionally touch the low 10s. Like I bet you even these listings will probably be gone within a few hours. All the sub 10 ones, but then he'll go up to 12, sometimes even low 13, then right back down to 10. So Todd hasn't seen a lot of movement, similar to the golden moments, except that range he's been experiencing is probably just a little bit wider. FA Joker, 1.2. I remember when this guy was nearly touching 1K for a bit, and it's crazy to think that. I mean, I'll be honest, I bought a Joker at 1800, so I bought him almost at the top, so I'm just holding a bag of 800 gems, basically in the negative for the most part. So I'm just like you guys, right? I'm still learning the market and different aspects. I don't think a lot of people foresaw, you know, a double big IP announcement followed by a multi-week bear market. You know, it's just hard to tell these things. Darwin Cook, wow. I remember recommending this guy when he was at like 220. Now he's at 178. So, and as far as I know, the next Batman series or movie is going to feature more of like a Darwin Cook related storyline, if I remember correctly. Check out FA Harley. She's doing all right. Below 700, which is also crazy to think about. I think she was, before this crash, I think she was like somewhere around like 850, 900. So now she's below 700, which is, you know, again, crazy to think about, but it's just this market. I really think it's not going to change until we get some sort of big announcement that's going to really shake up the market, similar to, like I said, X-Men, Star Wars, or whatever the next big IP is going to be. Because after that, I think then the market will feel comfortable saying, okay, after this, Veve's probably not going to make another big announcement or another big IP, you know, drop or whatever it is. And so people are going to feel a bit more comfortable to start investing. So we'll see. But then again, at any point overnight, you could just have a couple communities say, hey, we're going to buy a bunch of NFTs at 3 a.m. when the market is asleep, and we're going to do that. And, you know, it could happen as well. So we'll go ahead and take a look at a couple more. Let's take a look at Catwoman real quick. At 270. Still, actually, I feel like she's actually been retaining her value pretty well. I think there was a point where she was at like low 400s, but only being in the low 300s, being 400s. Like I feel like other NFTs in that price range have already gone down like in the low 200s. So the fact that she's around 3 is pretty good. Batman vs. Killer Croc battle statue continues to go down. I remember just kind of joking around in the Discord, the official Veve Discord, and like the market chat, saying like, oh, road to 1K and all that stuff. And it's well below 1K right now. You know, not that I hate the battle statue or anything like that, but I think people just associate it with too much value. And, you know, there's a lot of people holding this bag, like battle statue and I'm trying to think of like the other NFT. And Batman Who Laughs. Like those are the two NFTs right now that a lot of people just bought at the peak and are just holding it. And like the really, really hard negatives. And occasionally you sometimes have to sell stuff in the negative if you really feel like there's a better move to be had, or you think something's going to 2 or 3x in the meantime. So let's go ahead and take a look at Wonder Woman really quick. This will be our last one. Wonder Woman at 750. Gosh, I remember she actually pumped to mid 900s, I believe, when the CoverGirl Series 2 dropped, and it had her like second appearance, I guess, or her first edition appearance, I guess. In a way, and right now she's actually gone down even faster since that appearance. So I don't know if people like this new version better, or again, just finally the gem squeeze just delayed her inevitable die, but it just delayed it, but it just made it more aggressive once it did happen. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. You know, ecomi wiki is still down right now. I hope it gets up pretty soon. I will plan on maybe streaming, or at the very least posting a video a little bit later today. Just depends on how I feel. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the vibe check, and I'll see you guys next time.